What is a brand? Is a brand something that we trust? Is a brand something that we know to be good quality? Is a brand something that dictates something to be reliable? Is a brand even, I don't know, loyalty? But what if a brand didn't have to be those things? Or what if you don't have to just go for the name brands? Hello everyone, and welcome again to another video of, and it's important to remember that it's not a problem, it's a passion. Where I know, previous in the clip, just ignore the fact that there's a different expression. I decided that I was done with long facial hair, so acknowledged, and we're gonna move on. Okay, thank you. You will see that I quite often am going to be just taking little clips and stuff as I'm traveling, because I travel a lot for work. And as I think of things, I just like, ooh, I gotta record that and get that down right now. And so, yes, you find me in a hotel right at this particular moment, say, hi, hotel, hello. But I am excited to talk about this battery pack as the first one for the channel here, on one that actually pleasantly surprised me. And as I said in the beginning of the intro, you don't always necessarily have to go for the name brand. What might surprise you is that sometimes a different brand can actually be the name brand. So today we're going to be looking at the battery pack from the brand CukTech, and the model is 20. Following specs are 90 watt-hour capacity, otherwise seen as 25,000 milliamp hours, a maximum total output rated at 210 watts, has two USB-Cs and a USB-A. Both USB-Cs are in and out capable, which is a wonderful bonus. The first USB-C is rated up to 140 watts under the power delivery standard. That's the blue one. USB-C 2 is rated up to 60 watts, and the USB-A is rated up to 30 watts. Now, as you can see, there's a sticker there that shows when I got it, and it has been a little bit over a year, so that does need to be taken in consideration for the capacity test and some of the other tests that we're going to run through it. And I think this is also a good opportunity for me to mention that no input from CukTech happened at all. This is my battery pack. I'm just totally just sharing of my findings and of my opinions with this. I really like the screen on the front that tells you not only how much time's left and the total watts out or the total watts in, but it breaks it down specifically per port. How many watts per port, how many volts per port, how many amps per port. It is so cool. It was at this point right here that I realized that something was probably not right, because that result tells me that we only got 19% of the capacity out of there. I don't think so. No. So we decided to forego that and pull out a different tester instead. Now that is definitely a much better result. Ooh, certainly not 19%. Looking at the math, and I did this test 4 times and averaged it out, we're looking at about 81.5% capacity. And that's pretty good, considering that it's a year and a half old and it's been used quite a bit.
When it comes to these portable battery packs that are airline safe, there's not really much more to do in regards to testing on these. I'm going to show you the grade that it's been given in version 1 of my grading chart. If you want me to expound on any of these other tests, comment that down below and let me know. But overall, it got an A. So in its capacity discharge, it got an 81%, which is pretty good considering the fact that it's a year and a half old. It was able to output 100% of its rated power in my testing. On its power input, I could never get the full power input, which is why I got a 75% here. I believe that is in conjunction with the thermal. When it would get warm, it lowers the speed. Totally makes sense. That's how batteries work. Efficiency in regards to these portable battery packs is going to be the same as the capacity. So that matches at an 81%. Portability, it's a little brick, but it's pretty portable. I do like a lot of the features on there, but I think one thing that was missing, and this is just my personal preference, is I do like app connectivity. Some people may go, I like that it doesn't have an app connectivity, and more power to you. I'm not going to stop you. But in this instance, it got a 90% because it has a whole bunch of other really cool features, but it was just missing that app support. Thermal, 80%. I personally feel like in my testing, it could have handled its thermals better. That's just me. But in the safety, I got 100% because it has a plethora of safety certifications, which is something that you always want to look for in that. So it gives us a grand total of 85% and a grade of A. And as you can also see in the chart, there is plenty others that it's going to have to stack up and compete against. So go ahead and subscribe and go ahead and click that notification icon as well. And there is more to come from there. And remember, everyone, it's not a problem, it's a passion.